Hey everybody, Wanna Ways Me 3:07 a.m. Intended to be in bed, but I am not. Been doing some Skylanders research. Now, previously we took Aurora down her top path, or Akimbo Master. Sword techniques resulted in 2 combos that are actually pretty cool. Problem is, good luck getting them to initiate when you want them to. We're back to the old SSA Giants issues with combos there. Rapid Strike, not a fan. Dervish increased Rapid Strike. Didn't seem to impact the other 2 combos, at least that I could tell. Again, can't really get a good sampling when you can't initiate them. Overall, the path is pretty disappointing. If my nephew was here, if this game had PvP, I think I could take Aurora with base upgrades only and destroy Akimbo Master Aurora. Unless somebody was able to get X-rays to execute like crazy. That said, Fastest Skylander, we don't know anything about. Something else I do want to note, I've been trying to piece together how this works. Not the Switch, but the money items, right? So I had to reset Aurora, got her on the portal. Of course, why just get cash for 1 Skylander when you could give it to 2? So I threw Hoodsickle down. Had them going through, went through the rest of my organized trap box, and they were all 515. Problem I have is then whenever they both got, Hoodsickle didn't have much money, so they both clipped 10-2 around the same time. Switched over to Mysticat and Taekwon Crow, who I don't think had ever had money tricks applied to them. I was down to like my last 3 traps, right? Ultimate Chaos didn't do anything extra for the others, nothing. When I switched to those 2 that had no money tricks, the standard some standard magic tiki trap, 520. Legendary Undead, 520. Previous legendary traps, which were the Toys R Us exclusives with the comic, with the other 2 characters, they were doing 515. Then I got the Easter trap, it did 520. I came to some magic items that I still had over, they all did 520. I got up to 12 and I ran out of items. I was thinking, okay, maybe this isn't just based on the item itself. Maybe this has to do with the number of times you've milked it. Maybe after X attempts, your money goes down incrementally, with a certain character. And basically, I was researching that. I got to 12. I was still getting 520 for everything with the duo of Taekwon Crow and Mysticat on the portal. I ran out of items. So, would the 13th one have dropped me down to 515? I don't know. I kind of thought maybe it would be 10, since there's like 10 classes. Maybe they coded it that way. You get 520 and then you would drop down. So that's yet something else I'm going to have to try to add to my laundry list. I've had Julia has sent over pictures, like she had groups of, location and magic piece, and it was like, this does 520, this does this does this. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, I wonder if it's tied in literally with association of those pieces, or if it's, the duration. Like, I could take Empire of Eyes, for example, did 520 for those 2. If I went into a different profile and it was like, item number 20 that I put on the portal, would it still do 520? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So that's another story for another day. But after just doing Akimbo Master and basically XXX, that turns into the Rapid Strike mode, which she just, kind of jabs, if you will, with each sword, does 18 to 27, roughly 3 seconds, 8 hits if you can land them all, and then Dervish increases it, which that was kind of cool, but the truth of the matter is, I felt like you were better off like this. And something I want to point out is it's not just, well, let me just go ahead and get a dummy. So 22, and I thought I was seeing crits. Actually, we had this all along. I think somebody pointed it out, but it's going to be 22 to 33, 22 to 33, and then it's going to be a 3rd hit, which we've never seen, I guess, the crit on it. But 33, half of that would be 16, 5, 17, so 50, if my math is correct. But I did catch that comment the other day, and I was sitting here and I was like, wait, I literally 33 comes up every third hit. So when we did the base upgrades, I said 28 to 42 every third hit, 44 to 66, and now we can basically delineate. We went from 22 to 33 for 1 and 2 up to 28 to 42, and then the third hit, box stock 33 to 50, became 44 to 66. So I'll do that one more time. 22, 22, 33. 33 is standard, not a critical. So I think I may have said that, but I didn't document it that way. I'm not really sure. But that is why I did that. The other reason, keep in mind what you just saw with Akimbo Master and how, tedious it was to kill this guy. Now watch this. This is completely box stock, totally reset the character.
Heroism runs in the family.
That's why... Oh, dadgum, I did it again. But I honestly think, like if PvP was a deal, there are two Auroras. Give my nephew Akimbo Master, give me box stock Aurora, I think I'd win. Switch us around, I think he would win. Box stock Aurora. It's that big of a deal. At least the way I play the game. Again, it may suit other people's playstyles, but let's, as a refresher, I thought this worked well with StarCast, so we'll go ahead and do this. This is our, primary attack that we've indicated. Flash dash, you get the 3 different maneuvers. 17 to 26, our jump attack, box stock, 50 to 75. Light burst for 500, let's go ahead and pick this up. Essentially what that's going to do, it lasts 3 seconds and explodes. It will do 44 to 66 damage, and it applies slowness to your enemies. My eyes are watering, and I'm fighting off a sneeze, I do believe. Flash dash is faster and does more damage for 700 via speed of light. We basically go from 1726 up to 22 to 33, and it is noticeably quicker. Brighter light impacts our tertiary attack. Light burst swords knock enemies up and deal more damage, so you get the up factored in, and then you jump actually significantly from 4466 to 5583, so plus 11 there, and then on the critical side is where that really pays off. Then right here with extended reach, I loved this. This takes care of your primary attack, and it does it so well, and it's so simple. What did we do? Well, double sword strike hits further and does more damage. So we increased our range, which is fantastic. We went from 2233 to 2842, and then on the third hit, box stock, 33 to 50. Via extended reach, it's up to 44 to 66. Similarly, since our sword attacks increased, our sword pound, the jump attack, if you will, it was 50 to 75 box stock. That gets bumped up to 61 to 92. Can't go wrong. You would expect more of that down this top path, Akimbo Master. You don't get it. You don't get it at all. Sword techniques, good luck. Again, these are cool. I will give it that. If I could execute these better, that would be fine. And again, I said, if you really like that, you love X-Ray or the spin combo, get the path, buy this. My advice, skip on these unless you love it. Because I think you're better off doing XXX, hitting 28, 28, 44 every time than you are 28, 28, 18, 18, 18, But that's my take. Now, will it fail in comparison with this bottom path? Will this bottom path be as bad and disappointing as the top path? I don't know. That said, before it sounds like I'm a downer, if you didn't watch my unboxing, if you didn't watch the introduction for Aurora and the order that it came, and if you didn't pay attention to the base upgrade video, I love this chick. She is amazing. The figure is top of the line. I was blown away by it. That's why in parentheses I say one of the best figures I've ever seen. That's the whole history of Skylanders. That's how impressive she was to me in hand. In game, when I did the base upgrades, I told you, she's one of those characters you could potentially stop at the base upgrades. Now, I've seen this happen in the past where I say that. Sometimes a character's base upgrades are so impressive, you go to their paths and you're like, like the stage had been set. The bar was placed incredibly high, and the path just doesn't live up to your expectations based off of how impressive the base upgrades were. The flip side of that, and on the positive outlook, base upgrades, we've got that with either path. She's a beast right then and there. It's one of those things. So will this improve her? Will this hurt her? Will this break her? Who knows, but we're going to take it now. If you haven't seen how this works, you're like, wait, you could buy both. As soon as you click one, you get the confirmation screen. Once you select the path, you're locked in until you reset. Resetting will lose your levels. It will lose your cash, and those are the two most important things in my opinion. You'll always have the memories. So, fastest Skylander Alive. That is right, Gauntlet Throne Stealth Elf. Dash into combat and blast your enemies with Light Burst. So we're going to go ahead and take that and hope that it is impressive. So we get Forever Runner. Usually the first upgrade sometimes are like the best part of the path. We'll see. But Forever Runner, hold B to continuously flash dash. Okay, well that's already amazing. Like if right here, if it would have been increases damage of the sword, increases range of the sword, adds explosive knockback at the end of a combo, but it wasn't. So Forever Runner, B, continuously flash dash, and more damage. It's not one and this is forever, this is more damage. You get the two perks in one, just like this final base upgrade that was so beautiful in its simplicity and effectiveness. $1,700 is the price. I want to stress, if you're just coming in to buy 3 upgrades for each path, 17, 22, 3,000 respectively, no discounts that people have found in the game so far. 6,900 is the price that you will need. If you want the 4 base upgrades, your total you're going to need is 3,300. So if you want the base and the path, 10,200 is what you will need. That is my stopping point. That said, I'm excited about this, and we're going to get it. So Flash Dash, where we began, 1726, and again it works. Did she change her coloration? Are her pants a different color? Did she go from like black to like a brown? I'm gonna have to like watch my own video. I feel like she did. Interesting. Not sure. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like she did. I know the figure has black pants, but anyway, Black Pants, TWK's alternate Minecraft name, if you didn't know. Mindlogics.net, shameless plug. That said, 1726, but she's got 3 variations. There's like a dash, which I love, and then there's sort of like a somersault forward deal, and then you've got a situation where she does kind of like this cartwheel type maneuver. They all deal the same damage. It's just 3 different variations there. And then, let's see here, Speed of Light, upgraded that 22 to 33 with increased speed. And that's where we left off. So let's check this out. We're going to come down here so we can do it proper. Gonna press B. Ooh. So there's 2, that's 3. Now I'm just going to hold it and see what happens. Oh, good lord. Better path confirmed. We can stop the research now. Okay, Stealth Elf is... I know how Toys for Bob's feels about Stealth Elf. I've not yet had Stealth Elf in-game here. Arboreal Acrobatics was kind of like my go-to. Zap, again, a lot of people... I feel like a lot of the SSA, like fan base is, sort of moved on to different games, if you will. If you never played as Zap, he was another viable speed candidate. He always had like the level. This is amazing. This is honestly amazing. It may drop frames in the video. Don't go on that, Aurora. We've had this discussion. Okay, that is insane. And we increased damage? Really? Okay, so let's check that out one at a time. There. What did we do? I was paying too much attention. 28. And then number 3. Cartwheel. So this should be our dash, which that's my favorite. And then we're going to have the somersault forward. And now I'll get you the cartwheel from this angle. Now we're going to go from back here, dashing through him. 28. Now we're going to somersault through him. Now we will cartwheel through him. Oh, okay, so 28 to 42, but you can do it continuously? My goodness. Let me log this. 28 to 42 can dash forever. We'll put that. I was going to put continuously. Forever is a little bit more emphatic, I believe. So we killed him the slow way. Let's kill him the fast way. Oh, get wrecked, fool. Yeah, this is... we need PvP, and we need Stealth Elf versus... he only died because I fell off, but you get the idea. Right? That is amazing. Like I said, that right there has sold me on this path. The rest, unless the other two screw this up, which I hope they don't. But that is pretty amazing. So, alright. Momentum. Really? You don't already have enough momentum after that, Aurora? Flash Dash now gives a 3-second damage boost to your double sword strike. This alone is better than what we had in these final two for the top path. I didn't even know it tied in with the top in the primary, but hey, if you're like, what is a double sword strike attack? That's your primary attack. This is going to single-handedly, this one thing, momentum, provides what I sought in the entire top path. What did I tell you I wanted to see when we did the top path, the Akimbo Master? I said I'd have been happy if we would have just increased the damage from 28 to 34. What do we get here? An increase in damage. And it's on the path that just gave us a perpetual dash. That you know, I think that might... Roller Brawl as well. She's another speedy demon. But, good lord. This is amazing. Okay, here we go. So, the question is how much damage. So, let's check it out first. Let's, did it say we had to do it 3 times in a row?
Trained me well.
Nope. Just once. It's even better. I mean, I look for fault and I find none. So here we go. Oh, see the glowing swords? I think that was even longer than 3 seconds. Let's count it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Well, roughly 3. You know, so we'll give them that 3 seconds. They know what they're talking about. Let's take a look at the aesthetics of it. Sweet. So we can easily dash and then have, not just, you're not going to be like, okay, 28 to 42 increase, we didn't get to do the third hit. You're going to be able to dash, and then I got off three standalone segments of 3 attacks. So that would be 3 third hits, basically 9 hits there in that 3-second span. And that would have been ruined had we had rapid strike mode and dervish. So here we go. You ready for this? Again, what we were left with from extended reach, the final base upgrade, our double sword strike, 28 to 42, 28 to 42, third hit, 44-66, and yes, we will, ladies and gentlemen, check our jump attack, which was at 61 to 92. So here we go. Dash. 42, 42, 42. Oh, so it just gives us the crit.
Heroism runs in the family.
It's just going to provide the crit. Well, that works. I would have preferred an increase in damage. Dadgum. But, I mean, just getting the standard critical basically provides that. So, momentum. Dash grants 3 seconds of crits from primary. So we're going to do 42, 42, 66. Now the jump attack. Let's see if we'll first do it standard for you. Jump, slam, 61-92. Now if I dash, jump, slam, 92. Fantastic. I'll take it. Didn't mean to do that, but watch. Jump, 92. Dash, jump, 92. Dash, jump, 92. Do you see how I can repeat that every time, unlike Akimbo Master's sword technique combos? I do. Duly noted and appreciated. So, jump, attack, 92. Cool beans. That's going to make a big, big dent in the spreadsheet, but whatever. That said, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done. We have one more upgrade here. Again, seriously, you could stop here and be done. This is just very nice bonus. This provides what I sought for the primary attack from the primary upgrade path, and we didn't get it. But explosive finish awaits us for 3,000. You now drop light burst explosive swords during your flash dash, and your light burst swords deal more damage. Isn't that just dandy? This is a well executed path. We improved the second one. We got anytime a speed maneuver, flame slinger, drobot, ghost roaster, anytime something like that can become perpetual, amazing. Add the increased damage, you've outdone yourself. Coming over here, this isn't really, super tied in or related to anything, between our secondary and tertiary, but it increases the primary and it gives us critical hits every time, which in and of itself exceeds the top path dedicated entirely to our primary attack. And then this one, while we're dashing perpetually, we automatically drop our light burst swords, which if you didn't know, box stock, they were 4466, last for 3 seconds. Hit enemies with slowness, which doesn't that work well with your speedy maneuvers, Aurora? They increased in ladder base upgrades to 5583, knocked the enemies up, and still provide slowness. So now we've got pretty much the bee's knees here. And let's just, before we slaughter that guy, let's just check this out. So I'm going to dash. And it's right, if you stop, it's where she terminates. And so I'm assuming as we go, 1, 2, 3, if I just hold B down, it's at each termination point. You could literally run away from a band of Shadow Knights. You could stop Chaos's mother in her tracks with this. I mean, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts, man. So, they do increased damage now, is that correct? Let's find out, shall we? Might be hard to actually hit this guy with it. Let's get several of them in here. Come on. One of you has to walk into this, right? $72? That was standard. Oh, man. Okay, sweet. That's going to be 72 to 108. Do you even comprehend that, folks? Like, it's amazing. Let me get a bunch of these guys back in here. So we'll try to dash and land into them. Or if we can tie them up here at the lever, that works fairly well too. Oh, my bad.
We sure lit it up, didn't we?
Alright, so let's make sure we got this. Light burst sword deals more damage. Alright, so it auto drops. Well, really, I guess I don't have to put that. Auto drop, light burst. 72, half of that is 36, 72, 36, 108. 72 to 108. Insane. That actually, well, it's not quite. I mean, X-ray is the most impressive initial damage. We'll give it that, but this path is amazing for this reason. You basically just do this, and then if you have to turn around and you decide you're tired of, like, killing them with your explosive light burst that provides slowness, then you just do this and you get crits every single time. Yep. Fastest Skylander Alive is officially endorsed by one of Wisdom for Miss Aurora. So, Akimbo Master, kind of disappointing. Again, the techniques, the double combos, flash dive and x-ray, if those would execute easier, maybe it's just me. I know a lot of other people had the same issues in SSA and Giants. But if you can somehow get those to work, on a consistent basis for you. And it's a situation where for me, like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, that's understandable. 40, 80% or more. But if you're fighting a deal where you're trying to do a combo and you have a 50% or lesser success rate, that's an issue. You know, that's just something I stand firmly by in my belief. But I gotta say, it's kind of a moot point because Fastest Skylander Alive obliterates that path. And as you know, I'm someone, I've said this since SSA, give me speed and give me armor. That's what I want, it's what I seek. I'm not a guy that cares about critical hit. I've seen what critical hit does, increases throughout the game. It's not quantitative with a consistent measure. Speed and armor are, and what we have here is speed. And she's complementing the speed by giving enemies slowness. She's improving her secondary maneuver, her tertiary maneuver, and her primary attack, and she's doing it in amazing, stylish fashion. So, Aurora will not be reset. She is staying on Fastest Skylander Alive. And if someone were to ask me what path I recommend for a beginner, for a veteran, for someone looking for help speedrunning, just if you want a PvP with her, which you don't really get the option to do, but if you ever do, it would be Fastest Skylander Alive. You could wreak havoc. Like some of the stronger harding hit characters, hardy ones, health-wise, you think of Slam Bams and Stump Smash. Stump Smash, very underrated in PvP, by the way. This is the type of offensive character that could offset their might. So, that's my story. I am sticking to it. Aurora, mighty impressive on Fastest Skylander Alive. Thank you, Dan. I wound up ultimately agreeing with you. So, he said, hey, make sure you end on the bottom path. And kind of left it at that. People that watch the channel a long time know I don't really like spoilers. Kind of do my own thing. Blindly go through the game. And I concur 100%, sir. So, that said, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of Fastest Skylander Alive? Assuming you watched my other video on Akimbo Master, would you fully endorse this path? Would you say, hey, no, I would take the top path? What's your logic, if so, and why? Either direction. If you really get into stuff like this, you want to discuss it in greater detail, SkylanderClub.com. That is a Skylander Club forum. I created it, I run it, I made it for Portal Masters like yourself. Check it out, sign up. I would love to have you join us. That said, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Beam, because Twitch doesn't work for me sometimes. Personal website, oneofwisdom.com. Again, brick for this one. Let's go with hashtag speed. That is going to get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom. That's something I do in Wisdom Plays Minecraft. It basically gives you an in-game shout-out. Seems to be what people wanted, and therefore I am delivering it for you. But that's it. Both of these videos take a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I think for good reason. One was sort of just nitpicking and explaining what I would have done differently, and the other one was recapping that, going over some other things, and then just kind of being in amazement. That's the great fortune we have of being able to take Aurora down Fastest Skylander Alive. So, as soon as my nephew is over here playing with me, we're going to throw down Stealth Elf, and we're going to see which one of these characters goes from A to B quicker. So it should be interesting. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I'm probably going to edit and render these and go to bed. 3:35 in the morning. I can still make it by 4. So thanks so much, and I will catch you back here for more Skylanders Imaginators research.